Welcome. In this video, we will discuss about the Supreme Court directive on quota in promotion. So basically, we know that when the India got independence, the founder of our constitution made this to that we have the equality not in just terms of the political equality when the right of vote was given to everybody, but also the social equality. And in that regard, the social and economic equality can only be provided when we are talking about everybody have equality to opportunity, and that is why the reservation was actually included in the first place. So right now in this video we will try to discuss what is the present stance, how the historically things have been, arguments in favor, and then again whenever such kind of topic comes to you have to look at it very objectively. So as a officer on the ground, or when you become a civil servant, the idea is you should look at problems objectively without biases. So being a human being, biases will be there, but that's how actually the officer like quality you have to develop, where you're looking at things from the objective point of view. You are not letting your personal emotions get into the picture. So this is something you need to keep in mind. Right now we will discuss the factual details about how the Supreme Court directive on quota in promotion affects the overall process of reservation. So let's start. Let's first look into the article which actually deals with the promotion, or which deals with the reservation. So which are the articles? So just remember these features are actually mentioned in the part 3, which is our fundamental right. So in article 16(4), it empowers the state, so just remember it is the state, to make any provision for the reservation of appointments or post in favor of any backward class of citizen which in the opinion of the state is not adequately represented in the services under the state. So this is something which is important for you to now remember, that it is the state who have to figure out that if they feel like that this particular community or this backward classes are not adequately represented in any of the job, they can actually have something which is mostly like in your western countries you call it as affirmative action. In India we call it as reservation, but it is just a manifestation of that. Basically the whole idea of reservation is actually an affirmative action only, where you are trying to create level playing ground for the people who are like a little bit behind in the race. So this is something you should remember from that perspective. So by the way of 77th Amendment Act of 1995, a new clause which is 4A, so Article 16 4A has been added, empowering the state to make provision for reservation in matters of promotion to scheduled caste and scheduled tribe employees if the state feels that they are not adequately represented in the services. So Article 16 Clause 4 actually deals with the reservation in job, while the 4A actually talks about the promotion. So there is also a fact that even not only the entry level but at the promotion level also they should be provided with the reservation, who the backward classes. So this is something. Now look at the timeline also. This 77th Amendment Act came in 1995, which is actually a result of very famous case in the relation with the your reservation, which is the Indra Swani case. So just remember, some cases are like very important for your preparation perspective, so you should remember them. So Indra Swani case of 1992, what the Supreme Court has actually said in that case is that the promotion should not be there, like the promotion reservation should not be there. That is what was held in 1992. Not there. That is why in 1995 the legislature, the parliament actually came up with the Amendment Act, which added the new clause to the Article 16, which allowed the reservation in promotion also. So just remember the timeline also. As of now, reservation in promotion is something which is mentioned in the Article 16 Clause A. Now there is also a section which says that it has to be like state has to figure out that which communities are not adequately represented. So this is again something which has been questioned now and again. What is meant by not adequately represented? Who is collecting the data? Do the state actually have the proper data about it? So all these things have also been questioned in various cases. For an example, there is a famous Nagraj case. Again, a very important case for your preparation in the case of reservation. Nagraj case of 2006, where the court held that it is not actually the state has to come up with the feature of what is the adequate data. So they have to have some data so that on the basis of which they decide which community need to be represented more. So again, these are the things you should remember from your polity perspective. Now let's move on from here and try to understand that as of today, can you consider that reservation in promotion is a fundamental right? So the scope for reservation for backward classes is promised in part 3 of the constitution under fundamental right. Article 16.4, we just saw the content of it. It talks about the reservation in job, and then 16.4a, which talks about the reservation in promotion. Empower the state to provide reservation for SCs and STs in the public employment. So these two clauses, 4 and 4a, actually talks about how the reservation to SC and ST would be provided in the public employment. The right to equality is enshrined in the preamble of Constitution. So this is something again you should know. Again, for your UPSC preparation, I would highly advise that you go ahead and look at all the keywords which are mentioned in prelims. They are very important from the prelims perspective for the basic understanding, as well as you will be able to quote them very oftenly when you are writing your mains answer for the GS paper 2. So this is something I would really advise all the aspirants, go ahead and look into the preamble. So the preamble talks about the equality. So in that case, equality of opportunity and its status, that is the statement which is mentioned in our preamble itself. So article 16 clause 4 and clause 4a try to provide the equality. Now many see the reservation is against the article 16. So what is the content of article 16? It is equality of opportunity. So people say that how it is equality of opportunity if some people are getting reservation, right? It look like an irony and antithetical, right? That you are talking about the equality to opportunity, but you are giving the reservation to certain section of the society. So how it remains equal? But if you really look, if you try to unravel the whole things, you will realize that it is actually to create a more level playing ground. Try to understand it from that perspective, that they are the people who are behind in the race. So if you want to keep them to a level where you are at, you have to give them some kind of push, some kind of reservation. So that is exactly the purpose of these particular articles. But there is an absence of equal opportunity for the backward classes due to historic injustice by virtue of worth entails them with reservation. So this is how you should actually deal with it. We cannot deny, this is a fact which has actually happened. We cannot deny that. What is in today, there is no doubt that there has been lot of conversation regarding how the reservation system need to be modified, but we still live in a society where there is a rampant discrimination, and if we really want to make these people come and join the mainstream line, there is still, we have to look at it more objectively. So Article 16.2 and 16.4 are neither contradictory or mutually exclusive in nature, but are complementary to each other. So even though it talks about the equality of opportunity, by providing reservation, we are actually providing the equality of opportunity. So this is something you should remember from that perspective. Now let's move forward and quickly see what is the argument for applying reservation in promotion. So there are articles with where you will find why this is not good. That is your task. You have to go ahead. For the very objective point of view, you should be able to hear both of the side. Don't make judgments or don't try to write answer from the one perspective only. Try to be more holistic in your approach. Okay, so let's talk about right now why the arguments are there for the reservation in promotion. So as there is a peculiar hierarchical arrangement of caste in India, it is obvious that SC and ST are poorly represented in higher posts. So that is the reality even today. It has been through various surveys, it is found that at the higher post is still the sheer amount of people who are there belongs to the upper caste only. So So denying application of reservation and promotion has kept SCs and ST largely confined to lower cadre job. Again, this is something which is statistically backed. Hence, providing reservation for promotion in even more justified and appropriate to attain equality. This delineation of the scope of reservation as at an entry level and in promotion will only lead to confusion in its implementation. So, as of today, Supreme Court has actually said that reservation is promotion is not a fundamental right. So, they have their way because they were talking about the idea. So, we have to, as I mentioned earlier, you don't have to just look at it from one perspective and be okay with it. You have to look at the other perspective also, that why Supreme Court gave the order that it is not a fundamental right. Because what happened at times again, we have to believe in what is called as the meritocracy. So how the meritocracy actually comes into picture and all these things again are something which you need to consider when you are trying to write more of a balanced answer. Now, by declaring that reservation cannot be claimed as fundamental right is a dangerous precedent in the history of social justice. So, even though Supreme Court has now declared it is not a fundamental right, there are still petitions which are being filed that how this could actually undo whatever the good has been happening for some time now. So these are all important aspects you need to know. You need to know how, why the Supreme Court, what was the statement given by Supreme Court while declaring that it is not a fundamental right. And again, try to understand from that perspective also that you are working, your colleagues get promotion not because of the kind of work he is doing but just because he belongs to certain castes, again could be very demotivating for you. So these are things which you should also consider while writing an answer, that yeah, there are things that need to be considered. It will always be a trade-off. There will can never be a perfect solution, and we have to like reiterate and iterate over and over again to come up with a solution which is more acceptable to all the parties. So this is how actually the policy making will work going forward when you become a civil servant. So I hope you have understood this video. This is more related to your GS paper 2. From your polity perspective, you have to remember the articles, and then there is also a concept of social justice, and in that regard you have to remember how the historical torture or historical things which are not very good upper caste has done on the lower caste has to also be taken into consideration. So try to strike a balance whenever you are writing such answer. So if you have any doubt, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section of this video itself. Thank you.